How are you getting on, folks? Look, it's been a little while. It's been 6 days now since we uploaded anything there on the channel. Hope you all have been keeping well. Um, Look, realistically, um, it's just been one of those rare times when there's been very little Irish National Hunt meetings going on between, I suppose, the interchange between the summer and the winter National Hunt meetings. Now, it was just it's just out of our control, really. I decided to stay away from the flat just to more so get used to the system and get used to, I suppose, looking for particular horses and different things like that. Realistically, if I was going to start tipping up horses there for the flat there this early on in the season, it'd be basically just betting blind, and that's not what I'm about. Trying to get you all as many winners as I possibly can, and look at hopefully going into tomorrow. That's exactly where we're going to be now. Clean sweep Clonmel is back, and is back with the summer meeting starting off at 4 o'clock in the evening. Is great to see it. It's absolutely great to see it. But look at, we have a few horses picked out. We're going to try our living best to try and get as many winners as we possibly can. And look at, hopefully we have more winners than losers. And if that's the case, it's definitely going to be a very, very profitable day for all of us. First race off 4 o'clock. Willie Mullins is coming in here with a fairly sharp price hot pot called Cavallino. Now, Cavallino was impressive on its second start when it was third behind Mercury Lane and Enemy Public. Intramore looked like it was going to go on for the win that particular day, and it just absolutely clouted the last and lost any sort of chance it had. But then the next time out, when it met a little bit better conditions, it was miles behind. It was about 30 lengths behind that particular day, compared to being only a couple of lengths behind in Tramore on heavy ground. Now, the drying ground, in my opinion, is a bit of a concern when you look down through the bloodline, through the breeding, different things like that. This horse looks like it wants bottomless ground. I've seen a few people saying that this horse wants good ground. I don't really know why. Realistically, when you're looking down through the bloodline, an awful lot of it does point for soft to heavy or heavy in the ground. So I'd be reluctant to be back in Cavallino tomorrow simply on that basis. That just hasn't really performed on better ground. Instead, I would be going with God Help Us. And look at, hopefully God will help us tomorrow, because I think that's what we're going to need. Trained by Martin Hurley, ridden by Gary Noonan, taking £4 off. This one here coming in here at 9-2, and this one here is definitely very, very interesting in my overall opinion. It was a very, very good second last time out over course and distance, when it was second behind a fairly talented Paul O'Flynn horse called Craig and Ned, when it was 66-1 that particular day. Now, since then, 3.25 lengths behind was Sir Jack West for El Marie Holden. Now, that horse went on to run in Navan last time out, put in a very, very decent run that particular day. And realistically, it looked like it was all over the winner and looked like it was going to run a very, very decent race. And Priory Park as well, a horse that's held in high regard. Looking down through, there's New Society for Kieran Watson, Bavarian Girl for Mick Winters. Ruin Eyes ran no sort of a race that particular day, but look at second in that field alone, the ones that finished. It was definitely a very, very decent performance. Any sort of improvement at all, I would imagine that it will take top rank. It should be. When you look at the value there, Cavallino hasn't really done anything, in my opinion, to deserve such a mark. God Help Us has ran beyond its expectations and beyond its mark. So realistically, the value is there with God Help Us, and I would be confident enough to say God Help Us is going to do the business for us tomorrow. 4:30 then. The only really odds-on horse here, I did have a small bet on it at 11-10, but it's gone 10-11 now. Is there anything else in there that's any real value? I suppose to take it on, maybe you'd have to you'd have to consider More Wine Lily at 13-2 maybe as an each way aspect. But realistically, when you're looking at if you're looking for winners, I think Humble Glory has definitely found a very, very nice opportunity here for Denise Foster and Jack Wildman claiming 7. Like I said, it's 10-11 now, but like if you want to find a bit of value there to take it on, I definitely think More Wine Lily is definitely one to be siding with. Um, I think overall, realistically, when you're looking down through the field, there's little to nothing to take it on. I think this the short price favorite Humble Glory is going to run out a fairly comfortable winner. But yeah, I think More Wine Lily is going to put up the most fight to it at 13-2 as an each way aspect. 5 o'clock. This one here is going to be going with Timothy Dial's horse here for Tommy Brett, called Ask David at 5-1. Now, this one here, in my opinion, would definitely be coming in here as the next best of the day, simply because all you have to do is look down through the form, look down through the Clonmel run. Last time out, when it was second at 12-1, behind, I think it was Crack on Corrie, it was 8 lengths behind that particular day, but stayed on fairly well, fairly considerably from a bit of a layoff, and it's meeting another layoff here now again, 119 days. Realistically, I think it won't be too much of a hindrance. I think if it runs to any sort of capability, it's going to be bang there. I think Tangential would need to do a little bit more for me to be backing it at 3-1. That one there could be just a one-hit wonder, like you usually see in these sorts of handicap races. Just possibly one just finds out the handicapper, and once it goes up any sort of weight at all, it starts flopping again. But realistically, looking down through the field, there's nothing else that's really standing out in my opinion. Nothing really in there with serious form in it, bar this Ask David, whose last run came on the 3rd of December, but previously to that, it hadn't run until the 15th of May. So, like, take what you will out of that. Like, I think this layoff is going to be no real hindrance to him. I think he's going to be coming in here with a reasonable chance. Coming from a Tipperary yard, he's going to want to get a win in Clonmel. And I think Ask David is definitely the one to be siding with in this one here. I think maybe Mr. Butler and Tangential, between the two of them, they're hitting the crossbar, but this Tangential could be a bit of a one-hit wonder. Not saying he won't win. I think he's definitely put in a fairly decent performance last time out in Fairyhouse, but he just maybe want to do a little bit more for me personally than what he's shown already in the past to deserve this 3-1 price tag. 5:35 then, next race off of the day, and this one here is going to be going with She Shun Sunny. Most of the people who have been following the page recently would know I put this horse up for Thurles the last time when it won. It put in a very, very decent performance that particular day. When it did just get the better of who did it get the better of? It was a 2-horse race. Betty Zane for Kieran Murphy and Paul Cawley. Look at Kieran Murphy's been in serious form this year. His first year as a licensed trainer. But realistically, when you look down through the field, then the next best, the 3rd place, was 13 lengths behind the 2. So he did pull well clear, and he did put in a very, very decent performance. I think hurdling is the game. I think, in my opinion, he needs another year to mature, to go on to be a bit of a chaser. I know the connections bought him for chasing, but I just think he needs to mature a little bit more. Like, realistically, look at, he's 6 years old. He's still had plenty of racing potential in him. And I think, look at, realistically, he is the one they all have to beat in here when he won 12 days ago in Thurles. He's definitely coming in here in flying form, and should be very, very hard to beat. Next race of the day, the 6:05, is going to be my patron pick of the day, so I won't be covering that one. 6:35. I'm trying to think, have we gone with a nap already? I don't think we have. I think we've gone with the next best. Nap of the day for me, my Cliff horse. Marshall is coming in here for Pádraig Roach and Simon Torrance. This one here currently priced at 9 to 4. Look at I'd follow this horse off a cliff. Really, they like realistically, I've always followed him from the time he was a winner in Clonmel over. I think it was in January in 20. No, it was December 2019. When it put in a very very decent performance that particular day, when it stayed on very well, it absolutely loves it around Clonmel. He's tailor made for Clonmel. Realistically, when you're looking at overall his form, his best runs have definitely come at Clonmel. Look at the last time out, he was just unlucky to be caught by a fairly decent improver last time out. Ground should be definitely in his favor. I think he's definitely one for the winter. Ground is currently reading up as soft. Heavy, soft to heavy last day. Probably just found him out a little bit. I think soft is ideally what he wants. Um, I think he's going to be very very hard to beat. I think 2 to 1, or 9 to 4. 9 to 4. I think he is. Yeah, 9 to 4. It's short, but like realistically, what he's put up definitely deserves to be 9 to 4 here. I think he's going to be very, very hard to beat. Simon Torrance is a great man on his back. He's going to put in a fairly decent performance, and realistically, Simon Torrance's style, the way he holds up a horse and produces it late on, that's exactly what Marshall needs. I think he's going to be very, very hard to beat. I think he's absolutely nailed on here to win. Finally, then 705, and this one here, I am going to be siding with the Willie Mullins connections here. Hemlock at 11 to 8, and realistically, when you go down through the form, when you go down through the breeding side of things, he's definitely realistically he's the best bred horse of the race. I'm sure all of you know I'm a big fan of these walk in the park horses. They're really really talented, really talented, speedy sorts for national hunt races. I think he's just that little bit too good. Owned by the Leinster Partnership. I'm not 100% sure who they are, but very best of luck to them tomorrow. I think they definitely should have a fairly nice sort in their hands. Obviously, looking with Willie Mullins coming in here off a 20% strike rate, Patrick coming in at a 50%. It's very, very hard to go against them. Obviously, when you look down through the breeding, Dan pulled up in her point, half sister to bumper, smart 2 mile to 3 mile hurdle chase winner Massini's Maguire, and bumper 2 mile to 3 mile hurdle chase winner Twirling Magnet. Now, that to me signifies consistency and what's the word I'm looking for? Not, let's just say, limited to one particular trip. Versatility, that's what I'm looking for. Like, this horse could be absolutely anything. I think 11 to 8 for a Willie Mullins bumper horse, the fact that he's 37% strike rate overall in these sorts of events definitely says it all. You're better siding with them than against them at the end of the day. More often than not, he places these horses very, very well. These bumper horses should be very, very hard to beat. I think 11 to 8 is a generous price. I don't think you're going to be getting it tomorrow, providing something goes wrong. Maybe the horse will lose a leg overnight. Might drift out to maybe 2 or 3 to 1. That's when I start to get worried. But realistically, I cannot see a horse to beat him. I think Chanterou's, I know I put it up there for a point to point meeting. I think it was in Tipperary last time when it didn't run, but realistically I think just maybe needs to find a better opportunity here. If this Hemlock is any sort that the breeding suggests it should be, I think it's going to be a very, very hard horse to beat, and I think he's just going to find him too good. But maybe the connections just need to find a better opportunity for him. But look, I'm going to leave it there. No one's really forcing anyone to have a bet tomorrow. It's all up to yourselves at the end of the day. But if you are having a bet, the very, very best of luck. I suppose before we go, I may as well talk about the Patreon because we missed out in the 605. Basically, what that is, for those who haven't heard my videos or haven't been a part of the Patreon before, um, it's basically a service that we provide for the Irish Race an Hour. It's €10 a month, but for that €10, you get the likes of daily tips from myself and the two lads from Racing Records, who are more flat based and flat orientated. So we get the best of both worlds from that. Um, as well as that, we have a great WhatsApp group. Plenty of great people involved in that. Put up some very, very decent tips, great banter all together. And as well as that, we do monthly giveaways. Now, last month's monthly giveaway wasn't really a giveaway as such, but it was a competition. We I suppose we donated the €200 of I suppose of our money to go back into the membership for the people that paid the subscription every month with a Cheltenham Festival competition. Um, like I said, we've done plenty of these giveaways. We gave away a share in a horse, gold link for Emma Lavelle for the owners racing club. We gave away a, a gift, a couple of hacked up horse racing gifts there before or there in February, the Cheltenham Festival book and a mug of the winner's choice. As well as that, look, we give away a few cash prizes, cash giveaways, different things like that, just to make the group a little bit more, I suppose, more personal, more so than anything else. Like we definitely give back what people put in. For the sake of €10 a month, you can't really go wrong with us. Like I said, I leave a link in the description below. We have a very, very healthy strike rate. I need to do the final calculations on it, but we're definitely well above 60 points overall profit, and I think it's probably touching on 70 now actually at this stage, come to think of it. But realistically, look at when in terms of, I suppose, the usual tipping sites and everything else like that, we're not that at all. We try and, I suppose, isolate ourselves from those sorts of groups, the ones that you'd see on social media looking for, say, Telegram links, different things like that. They're basically all scams. But what we do, we definitely give back what people put in, and we put in an awful lot more effort into putting these tips up and hoping and realistically trying to get as many winners as we possibly can. But look, leave a link in the description below if you want to sign up. You can. If you're looking at this on, what day is it today? Wednesday night, I would be holding off till Thursday morning at the very earliest for signing up. Realistically, what that will entail is, or what that'll mean is you're not double charged, because Patreon operates at an automatic payment rate sort of a thing. So just for your own benefit and for your own sake more so than anything else, just if you are signing up, I would be advising to sign up tomorrow morning. But look, at very, very best of luck for those who are going to be having a bet. Hopefully, look, at we're on plenty of winners. Clonmel is definitely a track that I like, and that treats me well at the best of times. And look, at hopefully we are definitely going to be on the back of plenty of winners tomorrow.